Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Games Done Quick Hot Fix on this wonderful Friday evening. My name is Adef, and this is Challenger Approaching, the show all about challenge runs and the runners who perform them. Some quick announcements before we get into tonight's programming. AGDQ 2023 online will be January 8th to the 15th. Head to gamesdonequick.com for more info. Game submissions are closed, but the second submission period for games released after September 1st is coming up November 6th through the 12th. Go to gamesdonequick.com for more details. Start thinking about those submissions. And excitingly, tomorrow is the release day for the initial part of the games list for AGDQ. So everybody get excited for that. Start thinking about what games you're looking forward to seeing. And that games list, again, is coming out tomorrow. Fright Fatales is a one-day event on October 23rd to celebrate spooky season with dark, scary, or horror-themed speedruns from the Frame Fatales community. Use !Fright in Twitch chat to see the schedule. But that's all stuff in the future. What is before us right now is Mega Man 6 no damage attempts with a good friend of mine that I have known for a great many years, Dark Terex. DT, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good right now. How about you?
I am excited to have some classic Mega on the program. And I figure we'll just jump into some questions here, DT. So first of all, you have a long history of playing Mega Man 6, so I'm curious if you could give like an abridged version of how the experience with this game started for you.
Let's see. I started back in July of 2013, and I got into it just because, just on a whim, I went back to replay the game. I would replay the game like once every couple of months just because I enjoyed it so much, and I just decided to roughly time it. It took me about an hour and then just kind of kept going from there.
Nice. And that's been speedrunning, right? That was all speedrunning? That was all
speedrunning. Mm-hmm.
Nice. And so what got you into the damageless side of things?
Well, my good friend Clear Tonic started doing Mega Man 8 no damage attempts, and so I was like, well, sure, why not? And right about when I was thinking of doing it, he started at Mega Man 6 because he had just finished Mega Man 8, so we both kind of started doing this alongside each other the last couple of weeks.
Fantastic. And how obviously your PB right now is 3 hits. Mm-hmm. How quickly do you think you're going to achieve this challenge?
I would say under 45 minutes. My goal was to get under 40, but that's a very soft goal. The goal is still, of course, no hits. And if I hit that, then I'm happy with the result.
Nice. Okay, great. Well, I'd say let's get right into it. Unfortunately, it seems like maybe the gamers at home couldn't see us initially in that interview segment, but they could hear us, which is good. Production is on top of it. No worries. But yeah, we just had a little snafu with the visuals, but we're here now, and we're going to jump now to DT's game feed here, and we're going to let Dark Terex, take this away. Sort of in like a weird, almost like mix of Challenger Approaching and PB Precipice almost, and kind of in the original pitch of Challenger Approaching was for runners to be able to do as many attempts as they'd like. So DT today is going to have the complete freedom to reset when he would like, and do as many attempts as he would like in the time frame to try to get that hitless run for everybody tonight. So DT, take it away whenever you're ready.
Okay, well then, let's get this started. I'm not going to be using a timer on this on my end at the moment, so like I said, we'll be resetting. I am going to try and play out runs if they get to late game, regardless if I get hits or not, but we'll see what happens. So first off, let's get to it. Let's go to Nightman.
Good luck, have fun.
Thank you. I will definitely need that luck in some areas of the game. So Nightman first is actually a route that I created for speedrunning back when I first started. And I was the only one who actually did it for a long time until PJ decided to pick it up. But it's a tougher route, and I decided to do it for this because it'll let me get some weapons early that will let me get through other stages easier. Traditionally, though, for the speedrun, we go to Wind first. And unfortunately, Windman's weapon is generally not useful.
This game, I would say though, like Mega Man 6 has a good amount of sub-weapon usage in the like speedrun and challenge running scenes in general.
It does have some. It uses a lot of Flame Blast, Flame Man's weapon. That one in particular does 4 damage to pretty much everything. So does Plant Barrier, but the problem with Plant Barrier is it has only 7 ammo. Otherwise, it would actually be the best weapon in the game because it also pierces shields on top of the 4 damage. But otherwise, Flame Blast gets used pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, you saw that DT obviously took a hit there, and so reset because it's pretty early days. There is a hit counter below the webcam feed on the left of your screen, everybody. And the hit counter, DT will be updating that as the game progresses. You can see that his PB is 3, and you can't see every split right now, but you can see that there is a hit in Plant Man and a hit in Yamato Man towards the end of the current splits you can see. And then the other hit is somewhere in the castle stages.
I think it's on my refight, so it's like right at the end.
Oh, okay. Which is what, Wily 3?
Yeah, Wily 3, second to last stage.
So are there any rules we should know about the Mega Man damageless runs besides just don't get hit?
Each person's kind of doing, for those who are starting to pick this up.
Right, because this is relatively new for Mega Man.
Yeah.
This is a brand new challenge for Mega Man, basically.
And I'm sure people may have tried it before, but the community's kind of picking it up. I know Baron Haynes just did Mega Man 5 damageless last week, so some people are starting to pick it up. Tonic's kind of rule set is to keep this mostly glitchless. Mega Man 6 fortunately has almost no glitches to it, so I don't have to worry about that happening. Hold on. Nightman is a tough buster fight. Usually. There we go. Didn't get it that time. Nope. That'll happen. So that's a risk of me doing Nightman first. Nightman is a very awkward fight to do with Buster because he has a shield and he kind of does what he wants and can run into you pretty easily. There is a rule to Mega Man 6 that the 8 robots follow, and Nightman is the one exception to that. And all of the 8 robots can only do the same action twice in a row. So if they jump and then they jump again, they're forced to do another one of their actions instead. Nightman just does what he wants, so he can just corner you really easily. But sorry, damageless. Like I said, Tonic's been trying to keep it mostly glitchless because I think he wants to try and keep the challenge within regular bounds of the game, instead of going out of bounds and skipping a huge section, for example.
Right, which is a pretty well charted rule decision for damageless. I mean, we've had a lot of damageless runs on Challenger Approaching over the last 2 years. We've had all manner of Zelda, Dark Souls, shooters, and so I think it's pretty standard amongst damageless rule sets to include no glitches. Not all of them adhere to that, like Breath of the Wild damageless, for instance, glitches are allowed. But every Dark Souls hitless run, glitches are essentially banned.
I know when Baron did his Mega Man 5 run, he did do the refight skip in that, and that's fine. Most of that game is glitchless, and doing one like the speed run, I think, is perfectly valid as well. It's just kind of up to the person how they want to define how their run goes.
Right.
But yeah, I go to Nightman first. Actually, fun story also related to me starting speedrunning. Part of me wanting to play the game and having a lot of fun with it, aside from this being my favorite game growing up as a kid, I noticed in those times that Nightman, when he jumps, you can actually hit him underneath his shield and hit his foot. And so I kind of challenged myself back then to just snipe his foot while he jumps. Oh, man. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. 0. So, yeah, that was part of the challenge that I had, before I actually started speedrunning, was just trying to, like, beat some of the Robot Masters Buster only, or Lemon only, no charging even. Just to see, like, if I could get around their patterns and have fun doing that. And yeah, it became a lot of fun, especially with Nightman and Flame Man. Flame Man also gets tricky because you can shoot over his invincibility stuff to hit him in a small window. So, those who are familiar with Mega Man 6, you did notice I went to Night first, but you noticed it didn't go to Centaur second for the weakness. That's because I want to get Tomahawk out of the way much earlier in this run than later. Tomahawk himself, I forgot to swap. Yep, makes it easier. Tomahawk himself is a rough fight, both Buster and with his weakness, but especially his weakness. His weakness is Plant Barrier, and that is a barrier you cannot throw compared to some others in the series. So it becomes a close-range fight instead, and that makes it really, really tricky to make sure you're doing it damageless. So instead, we're just putting him at the beginning to fight him with Buster, just to get him out of the way sooner.
Yeah, it's an interesting part of damageless runs, right? Sometimes, like, again, since the goal is not speed necessarily, the idea of, like, putting harder stuff earlier is good because it just means, you don't have to sadly reset halfway through. You can do it right at the beginning.
Yep. Alright, so we're going to swap to Buster. And this is still a tricky fight. This is the hardest Buster fight, so it doesn't really get any more comforting in doing this. But it's definitely easier to guarantee that you won't take a hit with Buster. Do 2 jumps, so he's going to do something different.
Nice.
So you may be seeing a lot of that in this, just because we'll see how many resets it takes. But yeah, we put him early just so that we get him out of the way sooner. I know when Tonic was doing this, and like we said, Clear Tonic was the one who started this trend that's going on. He just completed the Mega Man 6 one 2 days ago, and he actually starts on Tomahawk and then just goes the regular speedrun route to win. And then finishes it out weakness order. But I wanted to have some extra fun in doing Night first again, because that's what I kind of started with. The good thing about doing Tomahawk early as well is you get his weapon now that you wouldn't normally have, and it is easily one of the best weapons in the game.
Oh yeah, this is interesting. I feel like I only ever see Nightman's weapon being used in this stage.
Yeah, and I could, because I have it, but I'm trying to make sure that I have enough ammo for Centaur Man as well, since I am doing it damageless. Yeah. I might be using more ammo than I normally would in the speedrun. Okay. Big jump. You're going to see a lot of weapon swapping that I normally wouldn't do. So in the speedrun for this game in particular, there's no quick swapping, and the menu is very slow compared to other Mega Man games. So when you swap, like, it better be for a very good reason, because otherwise you just bleed the time for it. But I don't have to worry about that here with the damageless, so we can do as many as we want. Nice ladder jump.
Nice.
For example, right here, the squid, you would actually normally damage boost through that, so I have to use, I think it's 5 ammo there. And if I use that elsewhere in the stage, then I won't have enough for Centaur Man, so.
Right.
That's why I use a Tomahawk earlier instead. Cool. Centaur is both one of the easiest and scariest bosses.
Because his teleportation can like just land right on top of you, right?
So he teleports to a set position, but you can slide out of the way. So if you notice, I kind of slid to the right and then back left again. It's because I set his position to the right. You have plenty of time to get out of the way. The scary thing is actually when he runs at you, because trying to jump over him and not take the damage is much harder. If he teleports, you can just guarantee where he shows up at.
He does feel tall and wide.
Yep. Alright, swap the Tomahawk here as well. And see, in Night first, I actually would swap to Night Crusher here as well. But we're gonna... Ladder jump, alright. We're gonna do Tomahawk. Lets me hit some really good angles on stuff that's high and far. Okay, this room is very tricky. We'll see how it goes. Okay, awesome. We call that improv room because a lot of stuff goes wrong really fast and then you have to recover for it in like various ways. So we just dubbed it improv room because it's never the same anytime you go through it. So one thing, another reason that I like this weapon a lot is that it dips when you first fire it out. So you can hit stuff that's just slightly below you. Like that panda. Or Pandita, as the official name is.
I do love the, like, when classic Mega Man runners say the actual names of the enemies instead of what they just look like. Like, every time I see... like, you know, the little helicopter guys in Mega Man 1, I'm like, a Blader.
Right.
Because nobody knows the names, like, except for us.
Right, exactly. Okay. Sorry, I go a little quiet with fighting Windman when I use Centaur Flash, because I have a rhythm for it that I'm basically just counting for, so like I'm fully concentrating just on counting in the right rhythm so that I get it out right. Otherwise I'll mess up and I'll waste the ammo when he's still in invincibility frames.
Man, it really looks like using Gravity Man's weapon on Gyro.
Yeah, it more or less the same thing. Just a lot slower because 5 has less iframes.
Is the oil scary in this stage?
Generally, no. In the final screen, it can be a little, but generally, it's not an issue. This is Roland. We just got him. We named that specific one, the second one on the screen, Roland, because you jump over him and he has a random pattern to just fire and snipe you out of the air. So he just kind of got a name and based on that. Now, a lot of the strats that I'm doing are still the exact same as the speedrun strat. Because trying...
Right, because understandably, the speedrun is not designed to take hits really very often either.
Yes, and so trying to, like, slow down a lot of those things ends up making it worse because you're so used to, like, not dealing with that.
Right. some people are curious what the splits program is. It's a new program just developed by Cleartonic, who's the aforementioned sort of pioneer of this current era of damageless for Mega Man. I imagine you just find it at his website?
I think he has it on his website. Yeah, it is open. So if anything, you'd be able to ask him where to get it. But I think it is. There's a link on his site.
I will attempt to find it now.
Okay. Sorry, I had to concentrate. Flame Man is actually one of the hardest fights, in my opinion, for damageless. Normally in a speedrun, he usually just throws up the flame walls and then jumps around. The fireball pattern is rare. For some reason, since I've started doing this, the fireball pattern is the dominant pattern, and it is terrifying every time. Because if he has fireballs still out on screen and then does the flame walls on top of it, you have you're already trying to maneuver around one of them, and then you don't know where the other, the flame walls are then going to appear. So you have to just kind of hope you have the right distance.
All right, it's on his GitHub. It is not on his website. I'll link it.
Centaur here. We can just clear everything out much easier. Normally you would swap to Flame Blast, and I can get through that screen damageless pretty easily with Flame Blast, but I have to kill the squid here instead of damage boosting like we normally would, and I would not have enough ammo for Blizzard Man if I did the lag room that way. Squid on again, as the name is.
This room is terrifying to me.
Submarine is pretty hard to get used to do it quickly. There's a much faster way to get through that. You can get through it to where you get underneath those spikes at the very end. Within a single... I shouldn't say a single cycle, but much quicker than it looks like. But it's extremely risky. And that's not something I'm going to risk in a damageless attempt. Blizzard Man.
Yeah, I mean, so there's some discussion in chat about, this game coming out pretty late in the NES's life cycle. Yeah, there are quite a few really well-made NES games towards the end of the NES's life cycle, like this and Gimmick, Star Tropics 2, games that really push the hardware to its absolute limit, but not a ton of people played because they came out so late.
Well, what's funny about that is I also run Star Tropics 2.
Yeah, I know. That's why I thought the comment was funny, because you definitely fit that.
I run both of the Star Tropics games. I grew up with both of them, but I actually prefer the second one.
I played the first hour of the first one. I really liked it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to finish it.
Yeah, I need to do that eventually.
Same with the second one at some point. But yeah. Just walk and then slide, and you just get right into that guy. Power Slammer. Okay, we're gonna try and one jump this gorilla. I actually forget what its actual official name is. Gorilla Tank. Awesome. That takes 6.
That was great.
That takes 6 Flame Blast shots, so you try to mash him down in a single jump, and it obviously makes it safer if you can do that, so that he doesn't have a chance to attack. Please jump.
Ah, yes.
Okay, that was scary. He didn't jump right away.
The spring and plant form room is coming up. I can't wait. I do love the Plant Man background is one of the best backgrounds in Classic Mega,
It's super
in
good.
my opinion. So you can open these platforms that DT is jumping on, these tiny little plant platforms, or plant forms as we call them. Really nice. You can shoot them with the buster to open them. But you can also not do that and just jump on the tiny little square and hope for the best.
Yeah, jumping on that is a 6-frame window to jump off of it. Hold on, let me finish this first. Whew. Okay, that was scary. No, I jumped too early. Well, I might see how the next stage goes and finish out a run first. Get something in. Well, that's still one on Plant Man.
That is one of the hardest stages in Classic Mega, I think.
This is definitely one of the hardest ones to learn in a speedrun. Plant normally is actually one of the easiest fights, but he can corner you pretty easily. That was just straight up a mistake that I jumped too early.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. And after I did plant forms and everything, plant forms are very stressful because you have to hop on those, like I said, with only 6 frames on each one, and then kill stuff in the middle of that. It gets pretty tricky. So normally I would just buster through that, but I keep getting hit by that first Shigarake, and I said no more. So I swapped the center flash now. Also, this is a real treat for you because you never see anybody go this direction. This is to fight one of the only mini bosses in this game, and it is an alternate route. Normally you'd go up. I decided to go to the bottom route because no one gets to see this, so it's fun to show off, and I think it's safer than going through the Dragonfly room that's on the top route.
I have beaten this game several times, and I have seen countless runs. I have genuinely never seen that boss before. Yeah. I did not know that was in the game.
Yep. I love to show it off whenever I can. I forget quite what it's called. It has 2 names, one for the frog and one for the samurai on top of it. One of them I think is named Gamarn. I don't know what the other one is. I know some lore.
What is it that unlocks Jet?
Plant, just beating Plant. So
Beating Plant. So yeah, this is a super powerful tool that DT now has.
So in a lot of Mega Man games, you get the Jet from beating X amount of Robot Masters, like 4 or 5 of them. In this game, straight up Plant just gives it to you. Flame also gives a Power Suit. Okay. Yamato Man is apparently up for debate as to if it's an easy fight or a hard fight. I think this is one of the easiest fights in the game, but it's also really fun. Part of the reason that I think it's easy is because if you remember what I said earlier in the stream, the Robot Masters can only do the same action twice in a row, and then before they have to do a different action. Well, Yamato Man only has 2 different attacks. So if he does 2 jumps, he's guaranteed to throw his spear on the next one, so you know exactly what to do. You can always predict what he's going to do based on that. Now,
Interesting.
you can't account for like his jump height or anything like that, so you still have to react to him, but it's still something to have some consideration for. Normally we just damage boost through these guys, but I'm gonna not do that. I would also just jet straight towards this cannon pillar, but that's really, really risky to do. I am gonna go through the shortcut here. This is the intended way of doing it. If you're fast, And insane, you would just jump underneath the spikes. But I am not insane enough to do that, at least in this context. Okay, that's fine. It's weird seeing Buster be used on this screen again. So for a long time, we used Buster. We would use power. Excuse me. Use power suit to open up the wall, then swap to Buster, and then swap back to power suit so that we could open the brick at the end. Excellent fight.
Nice work. That was really fast.
That's one of the few fights that you can just guarantee do the exact same thing on, and it'll work. Excuse me, my throat's dry.
You're good.
But that previous room, I decided to test it because menus take so long in this game. If we stayed on power suit through the whole thing, and it was consistently a second faster, and everyone hated me for it because it's a much harder room. Yeah, like, no, this room's harder, but it's faster, so of course, you know, everyone's gonna do it. This is actually one of the scariest stages in damageless. In the speedrun, this is probably one of the easiest stages because it's pretty flat, but that being said, it's pretty flat. I have no room to move here, so if something fires at me, I'm not in a good spot. Okay. Those Mets are scary, but you can get in a rhythm to just jump fire, jump fire, and it's fine. I'm going to go quiet during this fight, and you're going to see why.
Yeah, good luck.
Okay. We made it.
Nice.
Oh, Power Piston is a nightmare to deal with. As you can see, he throws rocks down from the ceilings everywhere and then fires off either 2 or 3 bullets at you, and it's random as to which one it is. Luckily, if you stay fully against the left wall, the rocks can't hit you, but you can get cornered if there happens to be a rock that falls at the same time a bullet reaches you, so you have to be very careful still. Oh yeah, don't... That was muscle memory. It's like, oh yeah, just jet. No, wait, no. Those guys can fire at me. I gotta stop myself from a lot of that muscle memory. Oops, jump please. Most of this stage is just using jet everywhere, but I will be swapping back to Buster again after this big gap. Ooh, that was close. Alright. And I would normally swap to Power Suit to fight this boss, but I'm not going to. Because Power Suit is very close range. This boss, Matonger Z, his weakness is Blizzard Attack, which is not a weapon you really want to ever use. It's much faster to fight it with Power Suit, but it's also extremely dangerous.
Sorry for being quiet there. Working on some network stuff really quick. Making sure I don't drop a zillion frames.
You're good. Whew. That fight is very scary with Buster. That fight is probably the fight that I get the most questions about when new runners start the game. They're like, how do I fight Metagrozy? What's the patterns to it? There is no pattern. The entire thing is intuition. I had to think about it for an hour straight to even put anything into words for somebody, because it's all based on instinct on how to move. After you've fought him enough times, you kind of understand, oh, okay, if he does this, he's more likely to do this action. Not always, but more likely, and that's just kind of how you do it. X4 is the scariest stage in the game, at least for a speedrun. I think it's still pretty scary for damageless as well. I can jump around that guy when he goes to turn around, but I'm just playing it safe. I'm gonna wait here for this beat to come up. Swap to Jet here. And now we're going to swap to Centaur Flash and clear it all at once. You can fight the X-Crusher here with either Power Suit or Flame Blast. Flame Blast is faster, but only if you do it with damage boosts. It's also much riskier in this... Okay, in this setting otherwise, it's still riskier anyway. Just because Flame Blast is a weapon that curves downward and you need something that kind of goes up.
Right, that makes sense.
So, we just try to knock him around with Power Suit instead. Also, Fail D. One of the best typos in Mega Man.
Fail D, baby! I love Fail D. It's still funny to me.
It's funny to go through. There's not much text in these games, and it's still funny to go through and be like, oh, here's the one typo they did. They misspelled Wily's name, I think, in 3.
Is that in 3?
I think it's in 3, is that one. But at the very least, yeah, one of the games has Wily spelled with an EY for some reason. Okay, this stage is pretty much the same as the speedrun. I say that, and I'm gonna immediately do something different. Normally, I would swap to Yamato Sphere here and use it for the rest of the stage, but I'm not going to use Yamato Sphere at all here. I'm going to get some ammo here. Let's build Tomahawk. And then I'm going to swap to Jet, so that I can hover above the range of this Ben K. And then I'm going to swap to Flame Blast, so that I can take out the Squidon. Okay, so this upcoming boss is Mechasaurus. This boss is an absolute nightmare in the speedrun. Because you get on to these platforms that he fires out and ride them up and try to shoot his eyes only with Yamato Sphere, which has an upward and downward trajectory every third time you use it. It also likes to eat the shots as well, so sometimes you'll hit him and it doesn't even count, due to some weird properties with Yamato Sphere. But instead, we can we can be entirely safe and do this alternate way of killing him by using Power Suit and knocking back the platforms back into him for 1 damage each.
I love this strat because I had no idea it existed until this week.
Oh, really?
And when I saw it, I was like, no way. Even in my casual playthroughs, I'm annoyed by this boss. I would just do this.
Yep. Also, I want to make a shout out to the second face on Mechasaurus on his back there.
Oh, it's delightful.
Yeah.
Little tiny little smiley face is not really the right word.
No. Not quite.
Okay, into the Wily stages, only 1 hit on the board. Looking like a great warm-up run.
Yeah.
And potential PB pace here.
Yeah, exactly.
You do have to remind yourself because there are challenge runs like this where it feels binary whether or not you get the run, right? Like you either got hitless or you didn't, but like distance PBs and PBs in general are still PBs and are important progress markers in the journey towards getting the challenge run.
Absolutely. So my actual PB for as far as I've gotten is to X4. So I've gotten through most of the game damageless, but not quite been able to get it. So this is CS Tank 2, or as we like to call him, Bubble Jumbo Wheel. Shout out to
feels
BJW.
Like an apt name.
I'm gonna wait. Okay. You can fight that much faster. I'm trying to play it very, very safe instead, though. You try to get 4 hits on the first cycle of him coming out, and by cycle I mean before he fires a bubble at you. And you normally will hit the bubble and do a double shot to get rid of the bubble. But the problem with using Windstorm is it doesn't actually kill enemies, it makes them... Oh. Well. Oh well.
I hate the screen.
I actually really have a lot of fun on the screen, but it's I was talking a little too much, I think. Distracting myself, but that's okay. We already had 1 hit, so it's not the end of the world.
Good luck with refights.
Yeah, thanks. I'm just going to do the regular route that the speedrun does. I don't really feel any different in needing to do like Tomahawk before anything else. So I figure the stage is going to be a stress regardless of which one I do first. In fact, I think I'm more worried about Flame Man than I am Tomahawk. Man, since I've done this challenge, fireballs have been the move to use from him. So strange. Which I would love in a speedrun because he stays down on the ground for a longer period of time.
The refight segment is kind of going to be a little brutal in like any Mega Man damageless run. But Mega Man 6 is definitely a tough one.
That's not the right weapon. This one is. Yeah, absolutely. Sonic doing Mega Man 8's damageless was like absolutely insane. That one is so hard.
That has the Dr. Wowie. perhaps the best pronunciation of Wily.
Yep. All right, so here I just slide left and then slide right, and I make sure he spawns on the left. Okay. That jump is always scary. Having him run at you is not a comforting thing. Not in this. In a speedrun, you want him to do that because he stays on screen, so you can always hit him. It's very fun to like think about what strats are like fantastic or just awful from one challenge to the other.
Yeah, it is weird that like there are some things that are good in both, and there are some things that are only good in one.
Right.
Man, Blizzard Man's weapon is so bad.
I wish it was better because it looks cool, but it just lags so much. And it's hard to hit stuff with.
Favorite Mega Man power-up, DT?
I guess it depends on what you mean by power-up.
Alright, best sub-weapon.
Sub-weapon is probably Power Suit? Like if we're talking about, non-traditional Robot Master weapons, it's probably Power Suit. If it's not that, then it's Super Arrow. Actually, probably Super Arrow. Super
Also,
Arrow
I think
like...
you forgot to mark a hit in Wily 1 or 2.
Oh, Nope, I'm on Wily 4, it says. Oh, I'm a hit, excuse me.
You took a hit on...
On Wily 3. It was on the refight stage.
Oh, is that where the wind and water is in Wily 3?
Yep, that's the entry to refights in that game. Some of the Mega Man games, you get to the refight stage and it's like, here's this hallway, and then you teleport in. Like, there's not really anything to it. 6 actually has a lot to it. Grabbing the item from Eddie for good luck, because why not? Normally we just, run past Eddie, but, we'll give him a chance. We'll get his item.
So DT has 3 phases to get through here. And coincidentally, Tomahawk Man's weapon is pretty much the best solution for all 3 phases. Now the capsule.
A good spawn for that one. Wow. Fantastic capsules for that.
If you were doing a speedrun, that'd be so good.
That would have been so good.
GG, dude. That's a PB by 1 hit.
It is a PB, yeah, by 1 hit.
Nice. Well, we definitely have more to come. Are you all right if we do the first break here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. So don't go anywhere, everybody. If we could get a shout out also for Dark Terex in the chat, that'd be wonderful. Go follow DT, an excellent Mega Man runner for speedruns and challenge runs. Definitely go check his channel out and drop a follow. Everybody stick around. We are not going anywhere. We're just going to take a brief break. So get up, stretch your legs, get some water, etc., etc. We'll be right back with more attempts. Maybe DT can clutch it out, maybe get 1 less hit, or maybe 2 less hits, and hit the 0. We'll see. There is more Challenger approaching right after this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is Challenger approaching. My name is Adef. I'm your host as always. Well, not as always, just for this show and PB Precipice. I don't host all the shows. Maybe that was evident and I didn't need to make that clarification, but you know what? Here we are. Anyway, some announcements really quick. October 31st, which is in just 10 days, sometimes known as Halloween. We have a Halloween spooktacular hosted by our good friend Ecdysis and our other good friend Smooth Operative, so be excited for that. That'll be here on the GDQ channel on October 31st. And if you want to follow what GDQ is up to, use exclamation links in Twitch chat for all things GDQ. So whether it be Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, Whatever your social media of choice is, I'm sure we are on it and posting excellent content, so be sure to check them out there. And finally, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on this channel help support Games Done Quick, both with hotfix and with AGDQ 2023 costs. So please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily GDQ content. All right, DT, so we just had a run, a new PB, 2 hits instead of 3. Whenever you're ready, you can sort of, if you wouldn't mind, re-explaining what's going on and what you're looking to do.
Yeah, so we're doing no damage attempts for Mega Man 6 here. I now am at a PB of 2 hits through the entire game. What's funny about that PB is the 2 stages I took a hit in are the same 2 stages that I had taken hits in already. So nothing quite changed other than one other stage didn't have a hit in it.
Amazing.
Yep. So Plant Man and Wily 3 both still have 1 hit. This is also a fun feature about this game. You can hit start at the end of it and it'll reset for you.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Are there any like big differences to doing a hard reset and doing that soft reset?
Not that I'm aware of, no. As far as
Sweet.
I know, there aren't any differences for it. It's just a feature.
Nice. Well, yeah, so DT is attempting to beat Mega Man 6 without taking any damage. And we just saw a new PB of 2 hits. And now DT is going to try to smash it. So whenever you're ready.
Yep, we're going to go. Let's go. So for those who are new compared to those who have been here for an hour, I'm going to Nightman first because I like going to Nightman first. It's a route that I made back when I very first started speedrunning this game in 2013. I mostly follow the weakness order after that, but I put Tomahawk Man second instead of way late in the run. Would be, what, 7th? On this route. Because Tomahawk Man's weakness is with Plant Barrier, which is a close combat weapon. And if you're trying to do damageless with a Robot Master that tends to move around quite a bit, you don't want to stay anywhere near him, so we're just going to buster him instead. So based on that, we want to get him out of the way early because he's also a hard buster fight on top of that. But you'll see me using various strats through this that are very similar to what I would be doing in the speedrun. A lot of these rooms stay the same, or are very similar. That checkpoint room for Nightman, the last big one I was just in, you would use Yamato Spear through instead, and it kills the brown enemies. The barrels are named browns. It kills them in 1 hit instead of 2. So really that's about the only difference. Shoutouts to the invisible block there at the end of the bouncy castle. No idea why it's there, but if you slide off of that, you'll get stuck behind it. If you jump, then you'll hit underneath it.
The bouncy things, both in this game and in 7, just like don't work the way I would expect them to work. But yeah, something I was going to say is that a funny part of damageless attempts sometimes in various games is like certain items are like certain items are made like completely useless. Like E-tanks and 1-ups have no value. Yeah. And with health drops, obviously, which is funny. I mean, not that they have much value in the speedrun either, but...
Right. It depends, because there are a couple of them that will use like E-tanks or weapon tanks in them.
Sure. Yeah, Mega Man 9 and 10 use various weapon tanks.
11 as well.
Yeah, the M tank.
Mm-hmm, the M tank, which you use in 5 as well. Like,
yeah.
Most of it's all for ammo, though, rather than health, so I guess we're still
right.
Back on that note.
And then there's Rockman and Forte, where you're, like, trying to have no health.
Yep, you need under 7 health in Rockman and Forte, and you play that through most of the game, because it adds +1 to all of your shots with a certain item.
As if that game wasn't already hard enough.
Yep. To speedrun it, you have to make it harder. Alright, maybe I'll swap to Night Crusher early this time instead of like wondering why it's not dying quickly. I would slide a little, or further into the hallway there with the Moliere enemies, the drills. They, unfortunately though, or I should say a lot of enemies in this game tend to have a different random setting for when they do their attack. And so those ones there can just move instantaneously when they're spawned on screen sometimes. And if I'm in the middle of a slide, then I'm just dead. And by dead, I mean I took one hit because this is a damageless attempt.
You could play a ROM hack that's just one hit KO. And
I could
just really do a brutal version of this challenge.
Oh, if you want a brutal challenge, you go to Mega Man 5, Power Stone only.
Oh, God. Infinite ammo, Power Stone only.
Yeah, infinite ammo. You can't swap to anything else.
Back in the day, I had somebody make a version of Mega Man 1 with infinite magnet beam, and you start with it in Cutman.
Oh, so you can actually use it there?
Yeah, under the pretense of like speedrun. Yeah, there are. There's a really, really, really hard one that skips a good chunk of the stage. That's very similar to the Bomb Man Zip.
Okay.
The TAS does a really interesting version of it, but it's very difficult.
I bet.
But even not including zips, like just having the magnet beam saves time in Cutman. Anyway, all that to say, there are lots of fun little ways you can modify Mega Man.
Yeah.
To do like interesting challenge runs and stuff.
To be honest, I had a lot of fun doing the Mega Man 5 Power Stone only, but there are two versions of it. There's the playable version, and then there's the one that's actual damage values, where it does 1 damage to most everything. So the
what
playable
did they up
version
it to for the playable version?
Oh, it does like 3 damage or something instead. Same with bosses, it does like 2 damage instead of like 1 each.
God, it's such a bad weapon.
It's something like that. I would rather have it over Water Wave, though. Water Wave is, like, without question the worst in that game.
Yeah, you know what sucks is I love the look of Charge Kick.
I like
and
Charge
yet,
Kick, yeah.
It looks cool, but it's also bad.
There's better. I like it as a weapon.
I like it a lot.
It could probably, like, use an extension on, like, how far it goes or something to, like, really make it useful. But
it would be cool if it like made your slide faster or something. That could be neat.
Yeah. If you want that, then just go play BCAS.
Well, I do love BCAS.
Ooh, that was scary.
I mean, I loved speedrunning Rockman 3 Burst Chaser.
I still haven't played Burst Chaser. I've done 5 Air Slide and I've done 4 Burst Chaser Cross Air Slide, but I've not done 3 Burst Chaser.
It's so good.
Yeah, I've got to play that sometime.
It's murder on the hands. From a speedrunning perspective, I could speedrun it when I was 16, but I don't think I can do it anymore. I feel like it would. I can hardly speedrun 3 anymore. Honestly, it like really hurts to do
insane.
Like long grind attempts of 3.
Yep. Mad respect for the 3 runners.
Yeah, seriously.
Nice ladder jump. The main thing with 3, like why it's such a like painful experience for speedrunning, is because you have no charge or anything, and so most of the time you're just mashing down stuff that has like 10 health constantly.
Right.
So in order to go fast, you gotta up your arm quite a bit. And it gets pretty rough. Easy fight. So that's a pattern that we want in Damageless, and if I got that in a speedrun, I would reset. Because that's like 4 seconds lost because he teleported 3 times.
So
there's Baron Haynes in
oh yeah, Baron
say-
has a good rebuttal about Mega Man 5 weapons.
Yeah, and he's the one that made the Power Stone hack, so he can tell you what the actual damage values were, instead of me guessing.
Yeah, the Mega Man 5 charge shot is really great.
Have you played the Big Toss hacks?
I don't think so.
Okay, now that's something that we're gonna have to get you to play sometime. Man, Big Toss is probably one of the best gimmick hacks that I've ever played. Because
I remember hearing about it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of there's some differences with hack. Okay. All right, sorry. The Gavial decided to charge at an awkward time, so it threw off the cycle. Anyway, there's kind of like two different hacks. You have ROM hacks, which are like big hacks that someone will like make a whole new game out of. But then there's gimmick hacks where you change like one thing in it, and it like makes it super fun.
What
like
do they
the
do in
Power
Big
Stone hack,
Toss?
for example. Big Toss. So you know how you have knockback? How about having all of the knockback? And it's like a full screen worth on everything you do if you take a hit.
Is the game otherwise the same, or is the level design
completely
different?
otherwise the same.
So
you just have to make
if
sure
you never get hit,
Yeah,
it's
great
really
damageless attempts. Let's go.
it's just playing the game.
It's just playing the game. But trying to do, let's see, Mega Man 4 Big Toss was very rough when you got to Cossack 3, where you have an auto-scroller.
Oh, yeah.
That one was really rough. that one specific level.
It's not too hard not to get hit in Cossack 3.
It's not too hard, no, but it's still like a worry, like when you see something like, oh wait, no.
Wait, are there speed strats then? If you turn left on certain stages, you could just get like boosted.
Yes, there are, exactly. So if you wanted to do runs of it, I think Chrissy routed out like the 5 Big Toss Star stage, and if you get hit at the right times to go into boss gates, it extends it even further. So like he would get halfway through the final screen of Starman stage, above all those spikes in the moving platforms. He would get hit like halfway on that and then just like fly into the boss gate and go all the way through both gates. It was nuts.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What's fun about that though, I like that as a mechanic anyway. One of the other games that I run that I actually ran in a GDQ once in 2016.
You're about to talk about Crash Dummies or whatever.
I am about to talk about the incredible Crash Dummies for the NES.
That's right.
That is a built-in mechanic of that game, and it becomes like the focal point of the speedrun. It's like, cool, you just jump over this one and then damage boost on this one. You fly through like 7 other enemies and then you keep going. It's fantastic.
That's great. So my favorite sub-weapons DT are the ones that make Mega Man like do interesting things with his body rather than like shooting just an item or whatever. So I love Topspin and Charge Kick.
Topspin is great. I love
Topspin. Topspin is like functionally kind of bad in that like you can very easily, if you don't know how the weapon works very well, just eat all the ammo immediately.
Right.
But I love Topspin. I think it looks so cool.
Yep. I absolutely agree. Topspin is a great weapon. A lot of people are like, oh man, this is the worst weapon in 3. And I'm like, you mean the most powerful weapon, right? Like it blows every other weapon out of the water, like for how much damage it does.
It also has the like quick kill potential with the damage transfer.
Yep.
I will say though, it's hard to beat Wheel Cutter in Mega Man 10.
That's a great weapon. That's just like for weird like functions that ones will do, that one is like awesome. Just being able to vertically scale anything instantly. It's so good.
Any weapon that can change Mega Man's maneuverability is really interesting and always ends up being interesting for speedrunning. Have you played any versions of Mega Man 6 with Quick Swap?
I have Anniversary Collection on GameCube, which swaps the B and A button. There is, yeah, but it swaps the B and the A button.
Oh, yikes.
Yep.
Because I'm always curious how vastly classic Mega speedruns would change if you could quick swap, like in 10, for instance.
Well, if you want to know that answer right now, you can go to PJ's stream. He's been doing Mega Man 6 Complete Works, which Complete Works is more or less Anniversary Collection, but I think came out earlier on PlayStation. In Japan only. But if you want to see what that's like, PJ's been doing those attempts, and he certainly I messed that up. I should have ammo. He certainly has been able to get a lot of good weapon usage. Plant Barrier finally having a use is like really cool to see.
Yeah. All right, the real question, DT, is how well do you know the names of all the sub-weapons in Mega Man?
I could probably name most of them, depending on my concentration at the time.
All right, I won't ask you about them now, but maybe at some point tonight, I'll bring up the Sporkle quiz and ask you as I go through them and see how many you can get.
Oh man,
I vastly underperformed when I tried it on stream. I was like, I'll be fine, and I did not do very well.
No, see, there is one problem with the Sporkle quiz, and that it uses Mega Man 5 Game Boy as well, and I have no idea what any of those ones are. But yeah, I'm down for that. I haven't done the quiz in a little while. I like to go back and take some of those quizzes again, because like every time you do it, you're gonna remember a totally different set of things.
Yes, I love doing the original 151 Pokedex quiz, because I always get about 140 to 145, and the ones I forget are different every time.
Every time, yep. It's different every time. The one that I think I usually forget the most in that is like Psyduck Golduck for some reason. I forget those ones all the time, and then when when I get those, I forget like Krabby instead. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's never a solo. Like, I'll never forget Jinx and Mr. Mime and Ditto.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll always be a 2-stage. Like Krabby or Sandshrew or Voltorb.
Sandshrew, I forget that one all the time. Which is like strange because I really like Sandshrew. You should do the quiz that Baron made on Sporkle, which is to figure out which stages in Mega Man. Oh, I hate that.
Wait, is this the no pits? Is this the no pits?
Yep. Which stages have no pits?
I believe I did take this quiz.
It's so good.
When he posted it, I did try it. I can't remember how I did. The thing about it is, like, it seems like such a simple question, but it is kind of mind-blowing which ones don't have pits.
It's fun because there's some that you can like assume, like, oh well, every refight stage doesn't have pits. Every like final Wily stage doesn't have a pit except for 7, because the refights are the final stage, and you have Cloudman in that stage, which has pits in this fight. So you gotta be like really.
Wait, then Rockman and Forte refights has pits too, because of or no, that's Spikes. There's no pits.
Yep, Spikes are different than pits.
I was thinking of whichever Robot Master you use the ice wall on. I can't remember which one it is.
Burner Man.
Burner Man. Cutman definitely has, or does it? No, Cutman has pits. In the first screen, Cutman has pits.
Yeah, it does.
I've never fallen in them in my life, but they're definitely there.
All right, gamers, we have made it past Plant Man without taking a hit.
Yes, let's go. Oh wait, Tengu Man. Yeah, there are pits in Rockman and Forte refights.
Yep, Tengu Man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, it's hard. It's really hard. These quizzes are all in Sporkle. They're a lot of fun. Now that we have talked about it, for sub-weapons, best sub-weapon in the series, Ice Wall.
It's definitely very cool. Like,
it's so useful.
It's very useful in a myriad of ways.
Like, you get a platform.
Some unintentional ways, too.
Yeah, because you can use it to get out of bounds and zip.
Yeah, that's a cool weapon. The pushing and jumping on it mechanic is really cool.
Mm-hmm. You can use it mid-air as a platform if you do it right.
I'm partial to Magnet Beam as a platform weapon for obvious reasons, but
Magnet Beam's great.
I think objectively Ice Wall is cooler.
Like, when we, I think you've heard about this before at a GDQ, we did a just somewhere in a hall. We did a draft, a weapon craft that Darkwing Duck put together. Okay, I thought that ball was going to hit me. I was scared.
Like, which weapons you would want?
Yes, so he needed, I think, 8 people for it. And we went down like we were, picking draft teams for football or something, right?
Sure.
And it was just like, all right, pick what weapons. And he had certain restrictions to it. Like, you had to have a weapon that stops time. You need to have 2 rush items. You needed, etc. Shield weapon, for example. And, like, we had to define, like, okay, is Rockman and Forte included in this? And this is before Mega Man 11 came out. Oh, no, it was after. 11 was out. But we had to specify no Rockman and Forte because all of us went immediately, all right, no Ice Wall. And then the first thing out of the gate, Orsa, who is first in line, picks Flash Stopper, and yeah, Flash Stopper is so busted.
It is really busted. And funnily enough, not Flashman's weapon. It's Brightman's weapon.
Brightman's weapon. You have time stop for Flashman's.
Some of the weapon names make so much sense, and some of them are so hard to remember. Like, the bomb in Mega Man 1 is Hyper Bomb.
Hyper Bomb.
At least it has Bomb Man's name in it.
Yeah. But why do you have Super Arm there instead of a Guts weapon, right?
Yeah, I called it Guts Arm for the first 5 years I speedran that game, even though I looked at the words. When I pause the game, I see it, but I don't think about it.
Because it's Guts Man's weapon.
Right, it's Guts Arm. Of course it is. But nope, it's the Super Arm. Baron has a Sporkle quiz for weapons that don't contain the name of their robot master. I hate that. I will perform so poorly on that.
I expect you to stream that.
I think I do a big Sporkle stream like once or twice a year. I'll happily try all the Mega Man quizzes again.
Yeah.
I guaranteed I will have forgotten them all by now.
The Mega Man music quiz is such a fun one.
Oh yeah, the Mega Man music quiz is great. I'm not as good at it now as I used to be.
That's what makes it fun, is like you haven't heard it in forever, and then you're just like, it's killing me because I know exactly like what game it's from, and I know it's not these other 4, but like...
Well, you can immediately, based on just the sound font, guess the game.
Yeah, I guess which game it is.
Like, it's really easy to at least narrow down the game immediately. My problem is I've never played 8, so yeah. I can't get those. Like, I don't know which one is Clown Man and, etc.
Here's a hint for Clown Man. If you know what Magic Man sounds like, it's not that one. But also sounds like it.
I hate that song.
Great. So if you know that it's the one that sounds like Magic Man, it's Clown Man. Because there's no other one that sounds like that in the series. Oh no! I didn't get it.
Oh.
Of all the Mets to hit me, it was that one.
There's something
That's a
that
shame.
feels like retribution for a Met to be the enemy that...
Right. That kills it.
Like, it's the Goomba of Mega Man.
Well,
Still on
I'll
PV
keep going.
pace.
Yeah. Nope. Never mind. Well, I think I'll reset that one.
Fair.
I think I'm gonna, just to be safe next time, I'll swap to something to take it out. I can swap to Centaur to be safer there.
Another attempt. Let's do it.
Another attempt. Let's go.
All right, I'm going to pull up the Sporkles.
All right.
Okay, so I have pulled up... Yeah, this one does have the Mega Man Game Boy weapons
I can
on
tell
it.
you
Do you want to
what
do this
one
one, or
of
should we
them-
find another one?
No, that one's good. It has everything, and if I don't get the Game Boy ones, well, I already have the disclaimer.
Okay. Well,
I will get one of them, though.
The difficult thing about this, right, is that you have to tell me, and I guess I'll type it as you go.
Right.
And then I won't put in my own. I'll just wait for you to tell me one before I type it.
And I gotta do it in the 15 minutes? Is that what the time limit is?
12 minutes.
Well, okay.
We'll see how many. There's 109. We'll see how many you can get. And you can... I would imagine you'll want to go game by game, probably.
Probably.
That's the easiest way for me.
Unless I might move on if I'm like taking too long on one and try to come back to it. So,
Okay, all right. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. We're on Mega Man 1.
Rolling Cutter.
Yeah.
Isn't it Thunder Beam?
Yep.
Hyper Bomb, Super Arm.
Yep.
Firestorm.
Yep.
Is that all for one? Ice
No.
Slasher.
Yeah, they have 2 more slots in Mega Man for powered up, I think.
Oh, powered up. It's Time Slow and Oil Slick, I think.
Oil Slick
one
did not
Yeah,
work. Time
the
Slow
oil
did.
one. Okay, the oil one always messes me up. It's something. It's like oil slide, oil slider. One of those.
It was Oil Slider. Okay,
Fantastic.
Mega Man 2.
Quick Boomerang, Metal Blade.
Yep.
Hold up. Oh no! You had to run into me. Let's see. Time Stopper.
Yep.
Clash Bomb. Or Crash,
Yep.
depending on what they want to accept.
They tick both.
Okay. Let's see. Leaf Shield.
Yep.
Bubble Lead. Or I guess lead is technically the correct word.
I always say lead.
I say lead makes way more sense.
Yeah, I agree.
The heavy bubble. Let's see. Who am I missing in that game? I guess don't tell me because that'll give me a hint. Heat, Atomic Fire, and Air Shooter for air.
All right, Mega Man 3. Side note, Atomic Fire is a cool name.
It is.
All right, Mega Man 3.
Let's forget Needle's Weapon. Search Snake.
Yep.
Gemini Laser.
Mm-hmm.
Hard Knuckle.
Yep.
It's not like Homing Magnet. I know it's not that. It's Homing Sniper for 8. I know that one.
Well, I just put that in for you, so that's good.
Great. Why can't I think of magnets? Shadow Blade.
Yep.
Spark Shock.
Dumb name, yes.
Top Spin.
Yep.
It's also the worst weapon by far. If not the worst weapon in the entire series.
Yeah, you're just missing magnet and needle.
And Needle, which... Needle Cannon.
Yeah.
Okay. Magnet Missile. There we go. That's what it is.
Great, Mega Man 4.
Flash Stopper. Pharaoh Shot.
Yep.
Rain Flush for Toadman.
Yep.
Ring Boomerang. Dive Missile.
Yes, sir.
Drill Bomb.
Yep.
Skull Barrier.
Yes.
Dust Crusher.
Yep, good old D Crusher. And Mega Man 5.
5, we have Star Crash, Gravity Hold, Gyro Attack, Crystal Eye, Napalm Bomb, Power
Very
Stone.
inventive. Yep.
Yeah. Power Stone, Charge Kick, and Water Wave.
Great, that was fast. Mega Man 6, this should be easy.
It should be Silver Tomahawk.
Yep.
I'm gonna mess it up now because I'm concentrated. Blizzard Attack, Windstorm.
Yeah.
Hold on. Flame Blast.
Yeah.
Sunfire Flash.
Yeah.
Yamato Spear, Night Crusher, and Plant Barrier.
Yep. All right, Mega Man 7.
Wild Coil. Danger Wrap.
Yep.
What a name.
The names, Mega Man 7 is where stuff really starts going off the rails. It's like, this is not the name of this boss.
Yep. Freeze Cracker.
Still an insane name.
Yep. It sure is. Junk Shield.
Yeah.
Lightning Beam or Bolt.
It is Lightning Bolt is Rockman and Forte.
So it's Thunderbolt. Yes. Okay. I was like, I know that they changed the one word between Rockman and Forte in that one. Torch Wheel.
Yeah.
The Slash Claw.
Yep. You're just missing, what is it, Noise Man? Is that what it's?
No, it's... well, you gave it to me.
Oh, is it Noise something?
It's Shade Man. Shade Man.
My bad. I could think of the weapon, but not the Robot Master.
Yeah, I was like, I just had to remember which Robot Master I was missing.
Sorry.
No,
all right, Mega
good.
Man 8, you already have Homing Sniper.
Homing Sniper, Flame Sword.
Okay.
Water Balloon.
Yep.
Let's see. Astro Crush. Tornado Hold.
Yep.
Thunderclaw.
Yeah.
Ice Wave.
Yep.
Okay.
This is very
Flash
impressive
Bomb.
to me. Yeah, that's it. Mega Man 9.
Mega Man 9 is Black Hole Bomb. It's going to go to the Game Boy one first with Black Hole.
Yep, it sure did do exactly that.
That's why I know one from the Game Boy game.
All right, what are the others?
Hole Bomb, Concrete Shot.
Yep.
Laser Trident.
Uh-huh.
Magma Bazooka.
Yep. Another great name.
Yeah. Plug Ball.
I always forget that's what it's called.
It's just like the most dead name, right? Tornado Blow.
Yep.
And Hornet, not Homing.
I know what it is.
Hornet
This is
Chaser.
one- yes. And you're just missing Jewel.
Jewel Satellite.
Yep. Great. Mega Man 10.
Wheel Cutter.
Yep.
Triple Blade. Rebound
Another great
Striker.
weapon.
One of my favorite weapons is Rebound Striker. I love
Rebound
that
Striker.
weapon.
Mega Man 10 has a great set of weapons.
Yeah.
All right.
Commando Bomb. I hate that weapon, alternatively.
Yep, same.
Thunderwool.
Yeah.
Water Shield.
Yep.
Solar Blaze. Kill Spike.
Yep. Okay. Mega Man 11.
Scramble Thunder. Am I swapping?
Yeah.
Bounce Ball. I think it's Bounce Ball, not Bouncy
Yep.
Ball.
Yep.
Okay. Pile Driver for Impact Man.
Yep.
Tundra Storm.
Yeah.
Acid Barrier. Block Drop or Dropper. Chain Blast.
What is it called? Sorry.
Block Dropper, I think is
Block
what
Dropper?
it is.
Yep.
Yeah. And Chain Blast for Blast Man.
Yeah. One more.
Yeah, it's Torchman's and I always forget. Blazing Kick?
Nope.
Blazing.
Yes. Yes.
But is it really just Blazing Torch?
Yep. Rockman and
Wow.
Forte.
Rockman and Forte, we have Lightning
You
Bolt
have Lightning
already.
Bolt already. Yep.
Copy Vision.
Yep.
Ice Wall.
Yep.
Remote Mine. Drill
Yep.
Spread or Spread Drill.
It is Spread Drill.
Tengu Blade, Magic Card.
Magic Card. Tengu Blade. Yep.
Astro. What is Astro's? That's Copy Vision. What's who am I missing? Wave Burner? Did I say that one already?
You did not do that.
Okay.
Okay. Mega Man 1 through 4 Game Boy.
Yeah, no way. There's no.
All right. Well,
I know.
you have everything from Mega Man 1 through Rockman and Forte. I think that's very impressive.
Yeah, I know none of the Game Boy games. I played 5 Game Boy and I think 2 Game Boy, which was like a 40-minute race. It's super short.
Can we get some GGs in the chat? There are 2 minutes left on the clock, and neither of us know the Game Boy games.
Yeah,
There's okay. Let's try to lab this out. So obviously, there's a lot of same weapons. So there's only 4 new weapons across Mega Man 1 through 4 Game Boy. The first one is in Mega Man 1, and it's not Carry. It's the one you get for beating what's his face? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
There's a boss
what's his face?
there's
guy.
a boss in Mega Man Game Boy who gives you like a really powerful like weapon where you like make a little force
that
field
one.
thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Isn't Anchorman also Mega Man 2 Game Boy?
I thought it was Punk Man.
I'm really showing my bad Mega Man Game Boy knowledge, but
Yeah,
Mirror Buster. Yes, Mirror Buster is the Mega Man 1 Game Boy. That's right.
Yeah, I know nothing about the Game Boy games. I should really play them sometime.
I don't know Mega Man 3, 4, 5 Game Boy, but I do know Mega Man 1 and 2. All right, I'm going to click Give Up and we'll see what it is.
Sure.
There's what appears to be a Japanese word that I'm not going to try to pronounce for Mega Man 2, and then Screw Crusher for 3, and oh yeah, Blade Cracker for 4. And then Mega Man 5 Game Boy is Spark Chaser, Grab Buster, Bubble Bomb, Photon Missile, Electric Shock, Black Hole, which you got, Deep Digger, Break Dash, and Salt Water. The average score is 56%, and you got 90. You got 98 out of 109. While doing damageless attempts. I'm very impressed.
So am I, to be honest. Oh man, that's some muscle memory for some of this.
That's right. The boss names are Enker for Mega Man 1, Quint for Mega Man 2, and then Punk, Belade, and Terra for Mega Man 4.
Right, and Terra, because they did the whole space theme with 5. All the bosses in that game are named after planets.
Right.
Including the planet Pluto.
The dwarf planet Pluto, yep.
Yep. Oh man, yeah, that was rough.
Rough, you did great.
I mean, yeah, I'm surprised that I was able to do all of that and not reset in that at all. Like, yeah, the fact that I was able to keep this up without taking a hit at all in that point was incredible. I expected to reset a couple of times while trying to do that.
Fair.
That's exactly right there what I hate about fighting Flame in this situation. He throws out fireballs, then does the fire walls instead. And while you're trying to dodge the balls because they're moving, you don't just want to jump straight up. You kind of want to help give yourself some momentum over him. Right. If you're in the middle of doing that, he'll just catch you with the wall instead. So you have to like be very knowledgeable about like what distance you have to stand away from him so that you're safe.
That performance deserves a follow, IMO. I agree. Follow Dark Terex on twitch.tv/DarkTerex. If you're on YouTube, the link is in the description. On Twitch, the link is right there.
Oh, I
can get a shout out too.
Hey. I appreciate anyone who has followed very much. Flash. That's what one is here.
Tell me, you should have seen DT's capsule pattern at the end of the last run.
Yeah, I got 3 lows, like low, middle, low, like slightly above that. Oh, okay. Apparently the ice cube does not go away if you kill the squid on. Good to know. That is a literal first. I forgot what I was saying. I got so distracted by that. Oh yeah, and then I find the capsule pattern I finished in the bottom left corner. It was pretty nice.
I'll probably wait to do another quiz until you're in early game again.
Sure.
If you're in early game again.
I'm waiting for you to just blast the music quiz over the top of everything.
Horrible idea.
Horrible idea. Oh. I dodged the first one somehow and panicked because I was in a rough spot.
This is a rough fight.
Oh, wow. Those were some weird snowflake patterns. That's a shame. I should probably reset it, though.
Well, up to you.
I'll try for a little longer, I guess. If I get another hit, then I'll reset it.
Okay, I would say when you reset,
PB.
We'll take our second break.
Sure. Because I can still get a 1 PB on this.
My favorite Sporkle quiz, no doubt, is the countries of the world Sporkle quiz, where you just name all the countries. I love that quiz.
Yeah. I would do well with naming Europe. And that's it. When I was in 7th grade, my teacher was obsessed with it, so we were just like required to learn all the countries of Europe for whatever reason.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, for me, it was when I was in grade school and middle school, my Spanish teacher had us learn all the countries of Central and South America. And then when I was in high school, I had a history teacher who gave us a quiz every other week of a different continent or like area. So it could be like Oceania or whatever.
Sure.
And the goal was just to name countries, capitals, and major geographic landmarks.
That's cool.
And so that was like a way to study. It was something I enjoyed studying for because I love trivia, and that's a very trivia type thing.
Yeah, I enjoyed learning the countries because of that same kind of thing.
Yeah. But there was a test at the end of the year that was optional, which had the whole world. So it was like every country, every capital, and every major geographic landmark. And it was optional because it did not count for a grade. You did not have to take it if you didn't want to. But if you got anything less than 100%, it would do nothing. But if you got 100%, he would give you an undisclosed prize that no one had ever won.
Oh, really?
I did not get 100%.
Dang.
I don't think anyone ever has.
Probably not. That's quite the quiz.
Given that it was not for a grade, I didn't really study for it because I was like, what's the point? But I did okay. I think I got like 70%.
That's pretty good, honestly. My knowledge came in handy in high school when I did what was called the Economic Summit. In my econ class, we, along with other schools in the area, all went to Boise State. I'm from Idaho. Not there anymore, but we went to Boise State to a big ballroom and basically went to do a whole economic trade with each other. We all got assigned different countries.
Interesting. We had Model UN, which I did, but we did not. My school did not take Model UN very seriously, and that is a group of stories for another time.
Sure. Yeah, the only reason that I got to use that was because in that thing they had a countries quiz, so you just had to like, as a group, learn what countries there were, and I straight up told my group, I was like, "Don't even look at Europe. I already know it all." Luckily for us, one of my teammates said the same thing about Africa. She knew everything in there, so we had 2 continents.
Nice.
Covered immediately.
There's a lot of countries in Africa.
Yep. And she knew, and we were one of like 5 of the I think it was 98 teams in that whole room that got 100% on that quiz. So I was pretty happy about that.
The difficult thing now for me in the in countries quizzes is like the small island nations.
Oh, I bet.
Like remembering St. Kitts and Nevis or Trinidad and Tobago is like very difficult. But my nerdy high school, I mean, there was lots of nerdy things in high school, obviously, for me. But my like big nerdy competition thing was we took Science Knowledge Bowl very seriously, which is just Quiz Bowl, but it's all science questions.
That's cool.
I loved that. It was great.
Yep, we're going frog route. I get to show everyone else that there's a mini boss in this stage that most people don't know exists.
I didn't know about it till today. True fact.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Yep, I remember that.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Dude, I was trying to see if I could get some people to do that at a GDQ once. way back. But it didn't end up happening.
I think they did. I think they did do that. I think they did refer to the contestants on Carmen Sandiego as Gumshoe.
Did they?
I think so.
I didn't get to see much of it, but I am definitely aware of it.
I've been, since the pandemic began, even just before, honestly, in like early 2019, I've had a recent obsession with like all things British game shows.
Oh, sure.
So like I have become a massive fan of Only Connect over the last 4 years. And that's it. It's a game show I'm absolutely horrible at, but I love it. It's so unbelievably hard. It's so hard. Or I guess as they would say in the UK, it's a quiz show.
Mm-hmm.
DC, did you ever watch like Nickelodeon Guts?
No.
Oh my god. The improv strats.
The real improv strats. I haven't had the right round or two ever loop back around. So that was quite something. That was all new. Oh, there was the Moliere moving quickly again.
Playing that meant super safe.
Yep. He's the one that finished it last time. Oh, I missed one. 1B press, that was on me. I guess technically it's all on me, but, you know. You know what I mean.
Yeah, Baron, the original Nickelodeon Guts run is definitely before my time, but shows like Legends of the Hidden Temple and Nickelodeon Guts were, like we had VHSs for those because my siblings are older than me, or like reruns or whatever. So I grew up on that and like Zoom. And
I did watch Zoom.
Yeah.
But that was on public.
Yes, that was on PBS.
Yep. Alright, just a heads up there, since I did take two, I'll reset after.
Okay, great.
After Power Fist and just get a little practice on him, and then...
Sure.
What a fight that was.
All right, everybody, don't go anywhere. We will be right back with the final little segment of attempts here. We got just about an hour left for DT to maybe try to clutch it out here. We'll have more Mega Man 6 damageless attempts right after this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is Challenger Approaching. My name is Adef, and we are watching Mega Man 6 Damageless Attempts by Dark Teryx. We've had some close calls here. We saw a PB in the first segment, making it down to 2 hits across the entire game. We've come pretty close a handful of times since. DT, whenever you're ready, go ahead. Oh, I have to give some announcements, actually. Hold on one moment. If you are watching this show on YouTube, please be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Also go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content, starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. And of course, even though we are in our final bit of attempts here on Challenger Approaching, this is not the end of Hotfix for the evening. Stay tuned after this for Legally Cute. There will be more Hotfix coming on after this show. But for right now, DT, why don't you take it away?
All right. Get a reset here and we'll get going.
Excellent. Yeah, so also probably worth re-explaining for anybody that just dropped in sort of what they're looking at.
Sure, yeah. So anyone that's just dropping in, I'm trying to do Mega Man 6 without taking any damage at all. We've got 2 hits so far on the PB, one on Plant Man and then one on the refight stage, Wily 3. Here, I'm deciding to go to Nightman first. You could choose to go a couple of routes on this. I'm doing Nightman because I like just doing Nightman first. It was the first route that I did when I first speedran the game in 2013. Wow. So how long was that? 9.5 years now?
Been a minute.
Yeah. But instead of just like going weakness order after this, I'm putting Tomahawk early because Tomahawk specifically is a problem. Fighting him with Plant Barrier, his weakness is pretty hard to do without taking damage because it's a close range weapon. It's a shield. So instead we're going to Buster him down. So with that in mind, I'm going to do his stage earlier so I get him out of the way sooner, and then can use his weapon in other stages.
I figure DT probably whatever the next finish run is will be the end of the show.
Sure.
Because we've done 2 hours, so basically, if this run were to finish, we would just finish with that. So you can no reset this one if you'd like. I would say you probably can't go deeper than like X1 or X2 and then reset.
Sure, yeah. That makes sense.
All right, do you want to do another? Do you want to do another? Yeah, this is going to be the one, so it won't even matter. You want to do another Sporkle quiz once you get past Nightman here?
Sure. I don't know which one we got.
Yeah, I don't know what the best call is here. We could look at was it Orsa or Joka that made some quizzes?
I don't know if either of them have. Orsa might have.
I think Orsa made some.
I know that Baron and Tonic did. I know Orsa does a lot of quizzes.
I think he made a few.
I could be misremembering and thinking one of them is Baron's, but it was Orsa's.
Let's do the Baron Haynes.
You gonna do the pits? No pits.
I'll try the pits and I'll ask for help if I need it.
Oh man. So you're gonna take the quiz? Or
you can take it if you want. I don't know. It just feels like a lot of thinking for you right now, but maybe you want to do it. Okay.
I'm down for a challenge. In a challenge.
There are 59. I'm also going to be thinking, so I guess we'll both try this one.
I will warn you with one thing on this. With how Baron has that quiz set up, if you input a wrong answer, it will accept it. It'll just go down to the bottom under wrong. So, just be aware that just because it cleared doesn't mean that it was correct.
Interesting.
Ooh. Hit it anyway. All right.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. The timer is going.
Okay, Cut does have pits.
Elec also has pits. Ice
Guts
has pits.
definitely has a pit.
Guts has a pit. Ice has a pit.
Fire has a pit.
Fire has a pit, but Bomb might not. Nope, that was wrong.
Bomb does, yep. Right in the beginning, it has the little guys popping out of it.
Wily 1 has spikes, but no pits. So how do I denote
MM1 Wily MM1 Wily 1.
Okay, great. Wily 2 has pits. Wily 3 does not have pits. Wily 4 does not have pits. And that's all the stages in that game. Flash doesn't have any pits, does it?
It does not.
Air has pits.
I don't know if Baron's going to say this is cheating. We have 2 people working on it.
I don't care.
We'll know, though. The quiz results only show 1 person, so it's fine.
Air has pits. Crash doesn't. Quick. Does Quickman have pits?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Metal has pits.
Heat has pits.
Bubble has pits. Is that all the Robot Masters in that game?
I think
I
so.
think so. Okay,
Yeah.
so the Wily stages.
But Wood has pits.
Wood has pits.
Wily 1
stages.
does.
Yeah,
Wily
Wily
1 does.
does have pits.
It's the Mecha Dragon.
Wily 2 has pits. You can fall in the water. Wily 3
Is yellow? Or is that Wily 4?
Wily 4 is purple. Wily 4 is
Yeah.
purple, which has no pit. No, it has pits. It has pits. Wait, which one's Wily 3? Am I conflating Wily 2 and Wily 3? Is Wily 3 the Guts tank, or is that Wily 2?
I'm not sure. This is gonna be hard because 2 is my least favorite game of the series, so I don't pay much attention to it. Yeah, I don't like 2 at all.
I think Wily's 2 and 3 both have pits, but I think
Wily 2 is the beginning with the spikes where you zig.
Yes,
with
but
item 1.
that stage also has. It was the water with the fish, Wily 3.
Yes, because after that is purple.
So then Wily 2 might not have any. It does not have any pits. But Wily 3 has pits. Wily 4 definitely has pits. Wily 5 does not.
Wily 6? Is there a 6
Does
in that
not.
one?
Yep,
not.
and there's no pits. Okay, man, that's all the stages. So Mega Man 3. Magnet has pits. Hardman does not have any pits, I don't think.
I don't think so.
No pits.
Gemini does.
Am I weirdly good at this one? I was expecting to be terrible at this.
No, it's surprising like how much you can think about it and remember.
Top definitely has
Does.
pits.
Yeah.
Shadow definitely has pits. Snake has pits. Needle
Does not.
I don't think so.
No, it does.
No, it does. It does on the.
It's right in the middle.
Yep,
It's right in the middle of the stage.
That leaves Gemini, which obviously has pits.
Yes. Snake does.
The dock stages all have pits, I feel like.
Yes.
Because Spark has pits, and Doc Spark is the only one I thought maybe not. But
Needle. Doc Needle is all pit.
yeah,
No
it's
stage.
all pit. It's 90% pit. Wily 1 has. Spikes.
This is
It
where
has
it's going to
spikes.
lose me on this one.
I think Wily 1 does not have pits. Yep. And Wily 2 is. Oh God. I'm conflating all the Wily stages in Mega Man.
I would
3
come
right
back to
now.
the 3 Wileys. Like, that's what I've done every time, just because there's so many of them. But I
Wily
guess
3
that's up to you.
doesn't, and Wily 5 doesn't, and
Right.
Wily
Wily
6 doesn't.
Does not.
So that leaves 2 and 4. Wily 4 does have pits. I don't think Wily 2 does. Yep, okay. All right, so Wily's 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 do not have pits. In Mega
Is
Man
it?
3.
Oh, okay. Only 3 has it? That's way easier to remember now.
I'll try 3, but I think it has pits. Or sorry, 2. I mean, is the wait? Which one? 1, 2.
I'm pretty sure one of them
3.
does.
It must be 4 then. No, they all don't have pits.
Okay. All 1 through 6.
Yep, they all
Okay.
don't have pits.
That's good to know.
That was I kept thinking of them like I don't think they do. Does break
Yeah,
count as a stage?
No. But there's no pits on that anyway.
Okay, Mega Man 4. We'll start with Pharaoh. That has a pit. Quite a few actually.
Yes.
Ring
Toad
has
does.
pits. Toad has pits. Bright has pits. So Bright Ring, Pharaoh, Toad, they all have pits. Who are we missing? Dust?
Skull
Dust has
does.
pits. Skull does, and so does Dust.
Dive, I think, has
not.
spikes.
It has spikes. I don't think it has pits. Yeah, it doesn't. That leaves Drill, which definitely has pits.
Right.
So that's all of the Robot Masters in 4. Which leaves
in 4.
Cossack.
Cossack 1 does.
Cossack 1 does. Cossack 2 does.
Cossack 3 definitely does.
Oh wait, is Cossack 2 spikes?
There is spikes.
Cossack 2
Cossack
does
2.
not.
Yeah.
Cossack 2 does not have pits.
Yep. I was gonna say, if there's one to guess on, it's that one.
Cossack 3 definitely has pits. Cossack 4.
I don't remember the layout of 4.
I don't remember the layout of that
don't
stage.
think
at
it
all.
does.
I don't think it does either. Nope, it does have pits.
Well,
Tragic. Wily 1 is that the double balloon at the start?
Wily 1
Yeah.
is the double balloon, like up the small shaft.
Yeah.
Is
Or is that Cossack 2? That might be
Cossack 2. I know it is, because there was one GDQ, Chelney was like obsessed with Cossack 2, and it was because he was adding like balloon everywhere into it.
I cannot visualize the Wily stages in Mega Man 4 right now. I'm also not reading chat at all, by the way.
Yeah, no hint.
I mean, the refight stage in Mega Man 4 is Wily 3?
Yeah, that one starts with the 8-stage format. So Wily 3 and Wily 4 should be safe.
I just wrote Miley. Yeah, 3 and 4 are both no pits. Let's move to Mega Man 5 because I can't visualize Wily's 1 and 2. Wily 2 has the big spike run. Wily 2 has the huge spike run. Or that might be Wily 1.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Can always come back.
Yeah, there's a Dust Crusher, or the names of the bosses in Cossack and Wily stages is impossible.
Oh, you're talking about Taco Trash.
Yes, that stage is Cossack. The Moth is Cossack.
Square
Cossack
Machine
3
is Cossack 2.
Moth might be Wily. Moth might be Wily.
No, Moth is Cossack 1. That's the first one that you get.
All right, let's go to Mega Man 5.
Yeah.
Star has pits. Right in the first screen, or am I
Star has
misremembering?
spikes.
Yeah, but Star might not have pits.
It does not.
Gravity has pits.
Yes, on both sides of the screen.
Yes, up and down.
Up pits.
Gyro has pits. There's the falling block section at the very least.
Yes.
Crystal does. Crystal does, because there's the rush jet screen.
There's also just the flying across all of the crystal drops.
That's the screen
section.
I'm talking about. That's the screen
okay.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I hate that screen.
You see, you just place one arrow and then you go across it all with no issues.
Yeah, if I were good at the game. Napalm has spikes.
It does have a pit. There's some waterfalls.
Yes. Stone
Does have a pit.
does have pits.
And there's one hidden in a side room.
Charge Man
Does not.
Does it?
You're on a train and then
No
you deal with
pits.
the spikes.
Wave has spikes.
Okay, we're fine. I went too early.
Wave has spikes, but I don't know.
Wave does not have pits.
That's what I thought. Okay, that moves on to the Dark Man stages.
Dark 1 definitely does. So
Yeah,
does
yes.
Dark 2.
Yeah, yep.
Dark 4 does not. Because that's the tower.
Yep.
What is Dark 3?
all the Darkman stages look the same in my mind, even though they're not.
Dark 3 is the Widowmaker, so that definitely has pits.
Okay, that goes on to Wily then.
Big Pets is that stage.
Right.
Is that the underwater stage, or is that 2? I think that's 2.
That definitely has pits.
Yeah.
The underwater stage. I think.
Right. But I don't remember
Wily
1 or 2.
I think Wily 1 might not. But Wily stages in Mega Man 5 is like beyond me.
Wily 3 and 4 will not read fights, and Wily himself.
Yep. There are spikes in some of those fights, but
yeah.
All right, let's move to 6. This should be easy pickings for you.
Yeah. Well, assuming I don't mess up while I'm playing. Flame does have pit.
Yes, it does.
Right here.
We're looking at one right now. Centaur does.
Yes. Knight does not.
That's what I thought. Yamato
Does.
does. Yeah, definitely. Wind does.
Definitely does.
Blizzard does. Plant does.
Plant does. Is that all of them? Tomahawk.
Tomahawk does.
It does.
Does
It
not?
does, yes,
I think it does.
It does. At the
So
very
then
end.
X1
Does not.
X2.
Does.
Okay, X3.
Does. Definitely. That's the jet stage.
X4.
Definitely does. That's the scariest stage in the game.
Wily 1.
Does not. Does. It does.
Wily 2.
I always forget that one. There's a squid on that screen that is there. Wily 2 does. There's the brain break screen. The
Wily
Nerds.
3. We've only got a minute left, by the way.
Has spikes, so no. And no on Wily 4.
Okay, do we want to do Mega Man 7 now?
Cloud does.
Yes.
Junk does. Burst does not. The water stage.
Yep.
Freeze.
Does
I want to say
Slash?
does. Yeah. During the like where you ride the dinosaurs.
Oh, what about I don't think is it called
Spring?
Turbo? Is it called Turbo,
Turbo.
Man? I think
Yeah.
Turbo does not have pits.
I don't remember.
I was
that
right.
one.
I was right.
Fantastic.
We have 30 seconds. Shade Man.
Does not? No, it does.
It does. It does.
Yep, it's the auto scroller.
It's just Wily stages in that game, right? I don't think there's no in between.
Yeah, there's 4 Wily stages.
I don't think
They're
Wily
just
4
long.
has any.
It does, because that's the final stage and you fight refights in that game, which has Cloudman.
Wily 3 doesn't. All right, we
Wily-
got 33 out of 59.
Not bad for trying to do this at the same time.
That is really hard. That's a really,
It's so
really
hard.
The time limit is honestly the hardest part because whereas with Robot Master names or whatever, like I can think quickly. But with this, I have to, in my brain,
You have to go
visualize
through the whole
stage.
stage. Yeah, play through it in your mind.
The time constraint is really difficult. Okay, I'm looking at chat now. I should say about the Darkman stages, they are all visually very distinct, and I like them a lot. But since I have spent very little time speedrunning Mega Man 5, it's difficult for me to like arrange those stages in my brain besides 1 and 4. Like, Dark 1 is
that
the
was a
really cool
scary fight.
background, and Dark 4 is the tower. But, yeah. But we got lots of classic Mega gamers in the chat room right now.
Good to see everyone turn out.
Yeah. So this will probably be the final run. I would say at this point, if you're comfortable with that, DT.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we'll finish it out no matter what.
Yep. If it goes too far, then I guess I just go to the speedrun stuff.
Well, for fun, why don't we just think of the rest of the games?
Yeah, why not?
I have the list. I'm not looking at it.
Sure.
I can't do 8. It's the one game I don't know at all.
Frost does. Grenade does. I think Sword does in one of the paths. Astro definitely does. Aqua is the one I'm not sure about. I don't think it does.
Clown.
Ooh, hold on. Clown does somewhere, I think.
Aqua does not have pits.
Okay. Hold on.
Can't you burn down a forest in one of the Mega Man games? That is Mega Man 7. If you bring the
Scorch Wheel.
to Slash Man.
Or is that X?
No, in X the thing is if you play Sting Chameleon after beating Flame Mammoth, I think. It's like it changes the stage, but burning down the forest like actively, or at the very least it being really visually different, is playing Slash after playing not Flame, what's it called? Burner Man? No.
Turbo.
Turbo, thank you.
Turbo is, or Burner is Rock Band 4 thing.
Mega Man 9? Unless you want to do the Wileys in Mega Man 8.
Oh. Hold on. I got very lucky there. I jumped slightly early. I thought I was dead. Wily's for 8. Wily 1 definitely does. That's the chill song. And it's another skateboard section like Frost does.
Right.
2 has Bliking, I think, and so definitely that's the auto-scroller. I want to guess 4. The Tango fight. The Tango fight has pits, doesn't it?
Well, actually, you know what I can do is I can just restart the quiz, but only do Mega Man 8 and all.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Just to see if we get them. That's a good idea.
Okay, so of the Wily stages, which ones do you think in 8?
4. Or maybe not any of them. Because, yeah, the Tango refight has pits.
I think they all have pits.
Okay, so I think they all have pits then, if that's the case.
So Mega Man 9, if you're going in order, you start with Concrete, which has pits.
Yes.
Magma has pits.
I was going to say which order, though. You can do the next 3 in any order you want.
Magma has pits. Galaxy has pits. Hornet has spikes.
Hornet has spikes, no pits.
Jewel has pits. At least I think. Yeah, because there's the swinging pendulum section in Jewel.
Yeah. There,
after Jewel is what, Plug? Does Plug has spikes.
Plug has pits because you use Rush Shut to go through it.
Yeah, there's the Yoku block section in Plug. After Plug is... Well, I guess we never did Splash. Splash, I don't think has any pits. I think it has spikes. Yeah, no pits.
Okay, like that one I'm not sure on. It's an underwater stage, so I would think not, but I don't know.
Also, I saw Tonic suggesting a draw the stage for memory challenge. Cosmic did that for, he tried to recreate 1-1 in Mario Maker from memory, like block for block.
Getting flagged, man.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I think I hit it a frame early. Oh, that's a shame.
You can still get a PB.
I can still get a PB, yeah.
Tragedy
I
strikes
did,
the 11th hour.
I did hit the button, but I think I hit it a frame early. And actually, I don't think I talked about this at all during it. Mega Man 6 has some really unique mechanics with its sliding.
Yes, it does. I chose not to bring it up out of respect for you.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I know most people don't like it, and that's honestly a fair assessment. Doing it as a speedrun, though, actually makes it really fun because your movement is like all over the place. But in Mega Man 6, I can show it off real quick. You can't jump out of your slide. Instead, it cancels your slide. So if you want to jump out of a slide, you have to double tap it or turn around. So what happened there, from what I can tell, is I hit my jump button to do a second slide a frame early, and it canceled the previous one instead of actually jumping or sliding on the next one. So that's probably what had happened there.
PB means, so when you're going for hitless or damageless in a game, right, like the ultimate goal obviously is just to have it be 0 hits, but you can PB in a damageless attempt along the way of reducing the number of hits until 0 is met. So there are two kinds of PBs. There's so-called distance PBs, which is the furthest you've gotten without taking a hit. And then there's also cumulative. So currently, DT's PB, which he set on this show, is 2. Ideally, you get to 0, but, along the way, you do what you can.
Yeah, and as far as my distance PB, I made it to Mr. X4 damageless so far.
That's really,
almost
really
there.
Good. All right, you ready to resume?
Yeah, we still on 9?
Yeah, we did concrete,
Tornado
magma. Tornado definitely has them. I think that's all the Robot Masters.
I think that's the last one. Oh, Galaxy, which does.
Yeah.
Does?
It has pits for sure. In the teleporter sections.
Oh, yep, teleporters. Yep.
Okay, Wily 1 has pits for sure in the first screen. Wily 2 is We Are the Robots. That has spikes. I don't think that has pits. Nope, no pits. Wily 3 is the upwards moving platform. No, that's 10.
That's 10.
Wily 3 is the low gravity section.
Yes, just rising.
Which has
slowly.
pits in the end. There's the really impossible screen where you use Tornado on the Sniper Joes. That has pits. Wily 4 has no pits. And is that the whole game? I don't think there's Wily 5. No, because all the... Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that one goes... that one does 3 fights and Wily Machine in the same.
Yeah. So Mega Man 10 starts with Pump, which has pits. And then after Pump is what, Solar?
Yes, which... Does it have one near the end?
I think it does have one near the end. Like, not at the beginning.
Not at the beginning, no, because it's all vertical climbing, but I think there's... Or is it spikes, like with the flowers that fire lasers at you?
I think there are pits there.
Are they pits? I think they're pits.
After Solar is whatever the ice one is called. They're all some synonym for ice.
Chill, man.
Chill. Nice fight, by the way.
Does at the end.
Nice fight.
Thanks.
After Chill is Nitro, which does not.
No, it's just cars.
It's just
highways.
cars. There are spikes. There are definitely
there
spikes.
There are lots of
in
spikes.
That stage. After Nitro is Commando, which has pits for sure. And then after Commando is Blade, which does. And then Strike.
At the very end.
Strike has
None.
pits. Does it not?
It has spikes.
No pits? And then the last one is sheep.
Which does...
I think so.
It does. Yeah.
And then after that is Wily 1. Which is escaping me at the moment. Oh, Wily 1 is the copy robot stage.
Yes. I think it's just spiked then because you keep going downward.
Yes, but it does have 2 routes.
Oh,
I think there are no pits. Yeah, there are none. Okay. Wily 2 definitely has pits.
Definitely does, yes.
That treadmill stage is disastrous. Wily 3 is the platform, the elevator you ride when you move it left and right.
Right.
I don't think...
I think it has spikes.
Can you die if you jump to the right or left of the elevator? Do you fall? I think you fall.
No, it extends the whole screen, doesn't it?
I don't know if that is physicalized, though.
That was...
Well, we'll move on.
I distracted myself.
Did you die?
Yeah.
Well, gamers, you'll just have to go to DT's stream to see the successful attempt very soon. So please do follow DT, but he's going to finish this run out for everybody, attempting to take as few hits as possible, moving through the rest of the game here. So do keep sticking around, but definitely follow DT to see the successful run very soon. I mean, as you can see, he's very, very close. The run will happen soon when I'm not pestering him about stages.
No, this is fun.
Anything that causes the player to die counts as a hit. So falling in a pit or dying to spikes is definitely a hit, even though it's not quote-unquote damage. But Mega Man's health bar depletes to 0, so...
Yeah, and in that case, I count that as 10. So right now we're at 11 hits, actually 12 hits, because I took another one right after that.
You counted this as 10? Hits. That's really funny. Yeah, I recognize that maybe talk of a bunch of classic Mega Pits is not as exciting for everybody, but I'm having a great time.
Oh man, I'm having a blast.
Okay, so we're on Wily 3. I think Wily 3 has pits. That's my assessment.
We're on 10 still, right?
Yeah, so Wily 4, which is refights.
Wily 5 is refights. Because that one has 6, doesn't it?
No, I think it only has 5 because 5 is the space station.
I thought 6 was the space station. Okay.
It might be 6. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. This is
you can type 6
possible.
First because I think that's got none, the space station. If it's not 6, then it's 5.
I typed Wily 6 and nothing happened. So
okay, so then there's no 6 in the 5.
Yep. So Wily 5 is the space station. Wily 4 is the refights. I can't remember the layout of the refights in Mega Man 10.
You drop... No, 9, you drop down. I don't remember.
I know this isn't pertinent, but I just realized the Mega Man 3 Wily stage we couldn't remember is the one where Wily 5 is the one where it's just the boss, where you like drop down and use Search Snake.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Or Rush Jet if you want to be slow.
Yeah.
I can't remember the refight stage, but I'm going to take a guess and say it doesn't have pits. It doesn't. Great.
What a guess. Who would have thought?
50-50. It either has pits or it doesn't. Okay, we skipped Rockman and Forte. I'm realizing.
Oh, we can come back to it.
Let's do it right now.
Yeah. Cold
okay.
does.
Yeah.
Burner does not.
Correct. Pirate
Is the water stage, it does not.
Correct. After Pirate is...
Ground, depending on what route you take.
I think that has pits.
Ground does, yes. And enemies create pits in it.
And then what about Magic?
Yes, for sure.
Yes,
There's
definitely.
the huge pit at the beginning that you can damage boost over to save a cycle on the trains. And my commentary knowledge is going to come in real handy right now. 'Cause I've had to commentate Rockman and Forte so many times, and I do not like it.
Oh, does the intro stage count? The intro stage has pits, for sure.
It's barren. He usually includes those kinds of stages, so yeah, it would. But
I don't think. I think.
Oh, you know what? That means it also includes Robot Museum in 7.
Which does not have pits.
Right, it's just a flat, go into the museum and fight Fat Clown Man.
MM7 Museum is what I might type. Yeah, no pits. MM7
Okay.
Museum.
Maybe Breakman is in this one?
Nope.
Okay.
Or wait, what if I type MM3 Breakman? No,
Dot
does
break.
not.
Either way.
Does not. Man, I'm really struggling to remember Rockman and Forte stages right now. What stages are we missing in Rockman and Forte? What is Magic week to? Astro?
Magic, no, it goes yes, actually, Astro, which definitely does.
And then there's Dynamo.
Which does.
Dynamo, Ground, Magic, Tengu?
Another one here. Tengu does. I thought the Ben K died in 2 hits from these, so I guess 3. Oh, that's 1 so far on this one.
What about the King stages?
King 2 does, because that's fighting the plane.
King 1 is the tank.
But I don't remember the stage.
Me
King
neither.
3, I think King 3 does not, because that's the combination, right? No, you have to fight one more piece. It's a 3-part combination of the 3. Right?
I don't remember.
For the boss, I mean.
Yes? Or is King 3 when you zip past the King Man?
Right, yeah. And then you fight the big guy at the very end. But that's a combination of the previous bosses.
Yes, and you use the like lightning weapon ad nauseum.
Yeah, lightning bolt.
Which Robot Master is that? Is that Dynamo?
That's Dynamo.
Yeah. And then Wily?
I think.
I can't remember them.
Is there really? Yeah. It will because of the Tengu refight. I don't think there's like many Wily stages in that, if I remember right.
I don't recall. I don't remember. All right, well, that's the end of my knowledge because Blasphemous, I know I haven't played 11 yet.
You haven't played 11 yet?
I've been waiting for some reason, and I sometimes struggle to get myself to play games that I'm not playing on stream. So I think
Dude,
I'm
you're
just
in
gonna
for a treat.
I'm just gonna buckle
11
in and
is-
play 11 sometime soon.
11 is so good. Like, legitimately made it into my top 3 of Mega Man. It was so well done.
I'm really excited to hear that. I played the
Like-
demo when it was out years ago.
Okay, so you played Blockman stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really love Mega Man 11. Alright, I'm just gonna go for the speedruns right here. There, easy.
Nice. Nice.
Instead of
Sometimes
playing it
that's the best
safe,
thing to
you
do.
know. Yeah, I was like, well, the run's already dead. I may as well just do it fast and make it look cool. So that's how
Alright.
you do it in the speedrun.
Some that we missed in Mega Man 8. We missed 8 intro stage. We missed 8 midway. We missed 8 Wily 2. We missed 7 Wily 3. Wow, Rockman and Forte is like...
Pits everywhere.
It's all got pits.
Yep.
There are no... All the Rockman and Forte stages have pits except for the ones we named. Which were Burner and Pirate.
Pirate. Yep.
Everything else has pits. 8F 8 and 11 double feature stream. Should I play 8?
8's a great game too. I loved 8, honestly. But then again, my favorite is 6, which most people don't like, so, go figure.
I like 6. 6 is the prettiest classic Mega Man game of the first 6. Like, the sprite work and
fair.
everything is awesome.
It was one of the last games to ever release, so...
Right, exactly.
Sense.
They pushed the system to its absolute limits. Mega Man 9
I like
slaps.
8 a lot, honestly.
9 and 10 are so good. I love 9 and 10.
I do like them. I still prefer sliding, being able to slide, but, I think 9 and 10 are very good games.
There are no bad Mega Man games IMO, says Baron.
Oh.
I would agree with that. I mean, I haven't played 8 or 11, but I've liked everything I've played.
I have a few that I do not like.
I know you don't like Rockman and Forte.
I don't like the music in Rockman and Forte.
Which is a ridiculous opinion that we have debated many times, and it makes no sense. That is the best Mega Man soundtrack.
I also have come to realize that generally I don't like 16-bit sound compared to 8-bit.
Oh, okay.
That definitely has a big part in it.
Sure.
But I will say, after having to commentate for several relays and stuff in the faster Rockman and Forte, Cold Man finally grew on me, so I do like Cold Man.
You've played the X games, right?
I have played X1, 4, and 5.
I highly recommend 2, if you haven't played it.
I have a cart of 2, a Japanese cart, no less.
Good. That's what you're supposed to have.
Yeah. But I have not played it yet. 3, I know people will shoot me for this one, but I am going to play the PlayStation version of 3 when I get to it.
I didn't love 3. I didn't dislike X3, but I think it's a great speedrun. I didn't adore my casual playthrough. There's just too much stuff going on in X3.
That's fair. I don't know so much about it. I'm primarily going to play it on the PlayStation for the music. I do not like the SNES version at all. For the music. I like Gravity Beetle, and that's it. I went and listened to the whole soundtrack for the PlayStation version, and every single track I thought was an improvement, except for Gravity Beetle. Thought it was worse. That was really funny. 4 was a lot of fun. 5 is the one that I first played, so it's got a nostalgia, favorite for me.
Sure.
Based on that. It's got some really good tunes in it, too. 6 I know nothing about. I'm totally blind on that one, so I will get to that one at some point. I don't even know what the Mavericks of it are, so I should really play that.
4
I'm
through
excited.
6 4 on is a mystery to me.
Yeah. Which is fair.
Anything that's not on NES or SNES, I have not touched.
Hold on. I just got a coyote jump and then ledge clipped off of this.
Oh, he did a glitch. He did a glitch.
I did a glitch. So Mega Man 6 ledges are both very good and very bad. Because they extend further than any other Mega Man game. You can tiptoe off of the edge of this thing for days. Which is part of the reason that I don't like 2, because look at this. Look at this. You can just stand there, tiptoe on the edge. So, making jumps is, really easy in this game. So when I go back and play 2, I can't jump on anything because I just walk off the the platform and fall into a pit.
That's tough.
Yep. Oh, let's get Eddie's offering. One last hurrah for him. But the thing that's bad
the final fights.
Yeah, thanks. The thing with the ledges in this game, though, unfortunately, is there's something called ledge clipping, and if you have like the right velocity and hit the edge of it, sometimes it'll just push you off the platform instead, so you just die.
Nice.
It's just unfortunate.
Now this is what a capsule is supposed to look like.
Oh, I didn't get the off-screen hit. So it's that one specific position screen wraps, and you can hit him off to the left. But I'm also in the wrong position. All right, there we go.
Nice job, DT.
I was in the wrong position. Normally in a speedrun, you stand further to the left. So getting that hit is easier, but in damageless, it's a little easier to stand to the right. But, what can you do?
Well, GG's to Dark Terex. Thank you so much for showcasing this excellent, very fresh look at Mega Man 6. It's a very recent trend in the Mega Man. People have attempted damageless stuff of Mega Man before, but it's a very cool recent trend in the classic Mega speedrunning community, at least, to be seeing damageless stuff. So definitely, if you enjoyed what you just saw, be on the lookout for more classic Mega Man speedrunners doing damageless stuff in the future. And specifically, of course, please do follow Dark Terex. If we could get a shout out for Dark Terex in the chat, that would be amazing. Please do follow him. Very worth your time. Great Mega Man speedrunner and challenge runner. And DT, any final thoughts before I sign us off?
Study up for your quizzes.
Yes, study up for those Sporkle quizzes, gamers.
The Sporkle
it will
quizzes.
be on the test.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, of course. And everybody, thank you for watching for Challenger Approaching tonight. This is not the end of the content tonight. Please do stick around. We will have the show Legally Cute coming on right after this, which is a show all about cute and cozy speedruns. So that will be a wonderful way to close out your evening. So please do not go away. We're just going to go to a very quick break, and then that show will begin. So again, don't adjust your sets. Stay right where you are. And I've been Adef. Thank you so much for watching Challenger Approaching.